Hello and welcome everyone to the SeeWDW Near and Far podcast, Parks and Socials edition. I am Mike, the Giant Rat, THEE Giant Rat on socials.
And I'm John, SeeWDW on socials.
All right. So, John, how did the week in the parks go?
Well, I went to the parks twice this week. And strangely enough, I could have gone 3 times. I decided to stay home on Sunday and do some extra yard work. So I'm actually glad I did. I did some fertilizing and weeding and for the yard in general, which I never used to do that, but I live in a fancy neighborhood now. So, they expect you to take care of your grass here. So I did that, and now it's been raining for 2 days. So that's going to pay off.
Yeah, it probably washed all your stuff away, right?
Oh no, it's the stuff. It gets caught down in the granules, so I don't think it washed it away. I think it'll help it. Is what I'm hoping, but maybe you're right. It was a complete waste. Anyway, last Thursday, we decided to go to Universal, and one of the reasons I wanted to go to Universal was they've been having more and more revealed for the Minions stuff. So you can see here, like they're really coming along with all this Minions land that they're doing. And I did want to mention, I got a comment today from somebody on social media that said that the Minions are boring, they're not interested or whatever. And I told them, if Universal's going to compete with Disney, they need to appeal to children too. You can't say, every ride here is an awesome coaster and you better get ready. It's like, what are you going to do? What the people with the kids are going to be like, I'm going to wait to come until my kids are bigger. You put enough kids stuff mixed in. And again, we lost Shrek 4D, a Monsters Cafe, which I really liked, but Monsters Cafe, it's just a restaurant. They didn't really give up too much for that. And they closed down the old kids area, which was very forgettable. It was like Curious George and Woody Woodpecker and stuff. And they're going to do something back there too. So I just think that it's a necessary thing. And I just like how quick they're doing it. But I was going to say, my daughter was there today. And this just came up today. You can see I have a close-up of it here. Minion Land. And it says Illumination Avenue. So this literally was just today. Like my daughter was there within a couple hours after they put it up. So.
Let me say, you're absolutely right when you talk about competing with Disney, right? I mean, it's about having an IP for children. And really, that's what it is. Like, that's one of the biggest things that Universal isn't extremely strong on at this point. They have the IPs there, like How to Train Your Dragon and Minions and things like that. They just need to leverage them, and they haven't had time to do it. So this is the way to do it. You're absolutely right.
When my daughter was young, we went to Disney a lot, but I didn't take her to Universal till she was tall enough to go on a lot of rides. I didn't even know about the Universal Kids Land with Woody Woodpecker and all that, but it wouldn't have been enough to bring me to the park. You know what I mean? If you're there, it's great, but from Pennsylvania, it wouldn't have pulled me in. But the way they're doing it now with Minions Land, they're redoing. I don't know what they're doing in that back section, but what do they have? The Secret Life of Pets and things.
Yeah,
like that.
right. Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing, but if they do something like that, they have ET still there, and I noticed with Epic Universe, they have, like you said, How to Train Your Dragon, but they also have kids stuff mixed in. Like I noticed they have the new Donkey Kong coaster that like jumps and stuff, and there's also a kids Donkey Kong play interactive area there too. So if you want to go on Donkey Kong, somebody can wait off with the kids and still see something really cool and have fun in the same land and theming and stuff. So it might take them a while, but I think they're learning.
I think so too. That's a good point. Learning.
You know
Yeah.
what I wanted to mention about that too. And again, coming in January, from what I understand, even Bob Iger said it. Disney's gonna have to buy out Comcast from Hulu, and Comcast doesn't really care about Hulu at all, but they're going to get an extra probably 10 billion plus just cash for something they don't really do that much with. It's not really a thing for them, but Disney has no choice. They have to buy it out if Universal wants out. So think about the money. That could be a part of the reasoning that they're just spending money on everything, because I'm so used to Disney's pace of, well, let's cut this and hold back and don't do it. They're working on Universal Studios Florida, Islands of Adventure. I hear Zelda might be coming with several rides in the Lost Continent area. And Zelda just had record-breaking video games. I haven't played it in 30 years, but to me, it'll feel like a unique IP. I'm happy. I don't really care either way. So I think it's great. And they're working on obviously Epic Universe and multiple hotels around there. And just a fraction of that money that they're just going to collect from Disney the beginning of next year, they'll probably cover all of it. Paid for. They just paid. I'm like, my goodness, are they in a good spot right now? Like Universal is just again, the Super Mario Brothers one broke all kinds of records. We had Minions did surprisingly well for the low budget it was. What else is there? They're just, from what I understand, Universal has made more money, or I should say Comcast, from cartoons. I'm like, they're beating them in cartoons right now. I heard they beat everything, all the lands except Magic Kingdom in attendance for parks too, which I'm surprised. I go to Epcot all the time. I don't know, that seems surprising to me, but that's what I heard. So again, the perfect storm that's coming up. I still don't think they can overtake Disney as number one, but my goodness, they are doing a really good job. And if it's ever going to happen, this might be the chance, and Universal might be smart enough to grab it while they can. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. Minion Land, it's not really for me, but it's fun. It's yellow. I like it. You know what I mean? Like,
I do.
Again, when I don't know an IP, for me, it feels almost original. So like I always said with Splash Mountain, I never saw the movie. To me, it was just a cool ride I could only see at Disney. So as long as they do well. And tomorrow, I'm probably going to go check out the new Tribute store. It opens at noon for annual pass holders. And I typically wouldn't go out just for that, but Jurassic Park, I really do like Jurassic Park's 30th anniversary. I'm excited to see.
I can't wait to see your videos and pictures from that.
And my daughter found something today. I think I might have to buy this tomorrow.
Oh boy, yeah.
The Black Lagoon. He's the best.
That is great.
When I was a kid, that was my favorite. And if you look here, they also have mugs. Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. I think that's Creature from the Black Lagoon there too. Like, that's some cool mugs. Like, I haven't bought a mug in years now, but I might get that mug and that shirt because that's pretty darn cool. So anyway, just wanted that quick impromptu discussion of Universal and their they're building in 3 different parks at once. And I still say too, Volcano Bay, out of all the water parks in Florida, it's a beautiful one. So anyway,
Actually, I think it beat the attendance over at Disney on their water parks too last year. So I think it was something like by maybe around 50,000 or something like that. It might even be more than that, but they beat them pretty solidly.
so we went to Universal Thursday. It was after 4, so we have Express Pass. So the first thing we did was go over and ride the Mummy, which probably only took about 5 minutes. And this relates a little bit to my social media. I had a pretty good social media hit from a part of this video here. You'll notice before the launch, there are overhead lights that sparkle, and I don't remember ever seeing them before. You'll see them right now. You see them up there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember ever seeing that. So I just posted that part there and asked, did anyone else ever see this before? And it did very well. And I literally was just on it a couple weeks ago, and I take notice of everything because I'm recording it and posting it. So I definitely did not see it. So yeah, there's the. Such a good ride. Yeah, we just talked about it.
It is, yeah.
So I listened to one of our last podcasts the other day, and over the weekend while I was doing yard work, and we were talking about the Mummy. So we did the Mummy. I was walking past Transformers, and I haven't done that in a long time. I don't hate that ride. I think it's rideable. You know, it kind of reminds me of the movies. So much stuff happens, and by the time it's over, I'm like, I don't know, everything blew up. There's supposed to be a story there, but I don't know. But it goes with the movies pretty well. So.
The ride system, the entire thing is just the Spider-Man ride with Transformers. You know what I mean? So it's pretty similar to that. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm not a huge fan of the Transformers movies. I probably would have been as a kid, but the ride is really fun.
Yeah, I liked the first one, but after that, I didn't really get into it too much. Like the first one I thought was cool. It was cool to see the Transformers in real life.
Yeah.
So from there I walked by the tribute store just to take a couple pictures of it so I could post it. Then we decided to walk over to Islands of Adventure. And when we got over there, I think I actually did ride the Hulk. So since my wife was there, I had her hold my stuff, and I went on and rode the Hulk quick. With Express Pass, there was no waiting at all. So I did record it. I don't know why it's not right time frame here, but I'm sure it's around somewhere. So then we went over and we did Spider-Man, and Spider-Man was fun, although since there were 2 of us, they filled the entire rest of the car up with a loud family that screamed and yelled, and the girl next to my wife flicked the hair at her 18 times. So many times my wife was going to scream, and I'm like, it wasn't crowded, but they were like, here's an entire family. How about we put these 2 right in so they're surrounded by him? It's like, oh, how awkward.
Welcome to the family.
Yeah. But again, I was off to the side, but I do enjoy Spider-Man. I still think it's the best Spider-Man based ride around. I never went on Web Slingers in Disneyland, but it sure does look down. And, you never hear anybody talk about it. That's for sure. Like the influencers posted about it, and then you never heard about it again. So, and then I walked by and got a 10 million shot Maybe I'll post this soon. How many millions do you think that's worth in views?
It's got to be, at least 20.
I see other people trying to do it too, which is funny.
Yeah.
I know you did it once just to
Yeah.
say what the hell, and I see other people that do universal stuff post it, and it just doesn't do that good. And I'm like,
No.
why in the heck, when I post it, does it just skyrocket? It's like I don't know, and maybe it doesn't anymore. But my goodness, it sure did. Yeah, see how crisp and nice that looks.
Yeah.
There's Hulk. That's from when I did record it. So, and I put this one on TikTok, and I think it's up to like 280,000 views. So it's doing good. And I didn't ask for the front. I could have. There was nobody waiting for the front either, which is crazy. But I wanted to get that look of the people in front of me a little bit,
Yeah.
just to get a different feel for it like that. You can see the people going just a little bit. So plus, how many times can you record the same thing? I should get it from the back now where I can see the whole train going. That would be an interesting view.
It really is an amazing coaster. I really love it a lot, but man, I don't know how many times I could do it. I feel so it like affects me when I get off of it, not too many coasters do, but that one, my feet feel a little heavy, going up those stairs, or I think it's up the stairs to exit, right?
Yeah. I think you have to go like up and then down, but I was going to say, I noticed that the front seems less intense and less like it beats you up too. Like in the front, I feel like it's just smooth and easy. This time, I think I was in the second or third row. It looks like third. And, I get hit a little bit by the shoulder pads. They're hitting my ears back and forth. And I'm like, I don't know why. I think I don't get it in the front because I'm leaning forward trying to record. So if you pretend you're trying to record, it's not as intense somehow. I don't know. So then we went over and rode Jurassic River Adventure, and I should have asked for the front, but I'm always sporadic, so I did not ask for the front, and there were one row of people in front of me, so I need to ask for the front because I could have recorded it with my Insta360 Go.
Mm-hmm.
They don't seem to notice that, and they will yell at you if you're, if you record with your phone. They don't have a problem coming over the loudspeaker and telling you to stop recording. But this dinosaur here, this is just from my phone, from my wrist. So. And it's nice to see him. Although the big dinosaur when you first go through the gates is still not there. They're building all this new stuff. They need to fix the dinosaurs a little bit, or update it to be like Jurassic World, like it is in Hollywood. That one looks pretty good out there too.
Yeah.
But anyway. We rode it, and you don't get as wet as you used to. There used to be a lot of parts in here where you would get soaked even before the ending. Like, these guys, they do squirt water at you. Like you can see him squirting water, but it's just not as much as it was. And I would say that the big drop hill here, you get about as wet as you did on Splash Mountain.
That's
not a bad wet. Like you can see the person in front of me. You get misted and water going over you, but it's not Dudley Do-Rights or Papa. You have to take your clothes off and wring them out in the bathroom, and you're still gonna be soaked.
Yeah, outside of Popeye, there's a reason why you have dryers that you can pay for. Full people-sized dryers that you can just walk right through.
So I thought about doing Velocicoaster again, but we decided not to. We just, I think, we just left from there. I took a few pictures of the entry before we left. So there wasn't many people around, so it looks cool to get the shots once in a while without a lot of people. I don't know where that came from. There's a Simpsons bag. I don't even remember taking that picture. Anyway, that was it for Universal. On Monday, it turns out to go along with Minions Land, they're going to have a first visit pin because obviously kids, right? And so first visit is going to be the Minions for when all the kids come to see it. They don't have a lot of these now, but if you ask for them, they'll give it to you if they have them. But they expect to get a lot of them in. And then on what day was this? Monday, we went to Epcot. And you can see this umbrella actually broke. I thought this was one of my Shanghai umbrellas, but it's not. It's just it's an older one, obviously, but it broke. And I left it sitting on top of a garbage can because I had 2 other umbrellas with me. And then my wife said, we probably could have took it into a store and exchanged it. Like they exchange broken umbrellas, So, but I don't know.
It's cute. It was a cute looking umbrella.
Yeah, it was a nice one, but like I said, we got it sometime over the past 20 years when we were on vacation. So yeah. And then we went and did Guardians, which we got my daughter got for us at 7 a.m. Then we got over there at 5:23. So obviously we were very, very late. But they always let you in though. But you know what I noticed? We checked the virtual queues. Tron was still available at 5:44 p.m. for a virtual queue for that day. It's like that does not sound good. Like and I know the parks weren't as crowded, but it's a brand new ride. Like how could everybody in the Magic Kingdom just be like, no Tron. Although I can see it because my whole family feels the same way. We're like, I would ride Tron, but I don't even appreciate the 30 minutes that I'm going to wait after I get there. So I just, don't know how much we're going to do it. So it ended up taking about 40 minutes to go on Guardians. Then I focused in and wondered why in the heck they don't do something with the Wonders of Life Pavilion. It's like, what are you doing? Like, I know, let's change Splash Mountain. Yeah, let's redo Epcot and let's tear it apart. But that whole pavilion, we're not really interested in that. It's probably another one of their tax write-offs or something.
Well, it's definitely one of these depreciation things that Joshi was talking about the other day. That's. I mean, it even looks like they repainted the outside dome, right? I mean, it looks like a fresh coat of paint. Yeah,
they were working on it for a while because it used to be a little bit leaky, like when they would do the festivals in there, the festival centers. When it rained a lot, you might see a few like buckets around, like catching a few drips. But again, it wasn't that bad, obviously, because they, just a couple. But I remember them redoing the whole thing. But yeah, after they shut down the Galactic Star Cruiser too, they literally then a couple days later, Josh D'Amaro said, but it's going to get us a $300 million tax write-down. So what he's saying is it was worth more closed to them than open for the short term, at least.
That's exactly what he's saying.
And from what I hear, they need to come up with 10 billion plus, be ready to pay that come January, and every 300 million helps. So it's it was a financial / tax thing, not so much. I mean, it wasn't really making a lot of money, but
no, it was empty.
I would think it's paying for itself at least, probably.
I don't know, man. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like a lot of the people that have even been like the streamers. I've read online that a lot of streamers have gone there, and their videos have basically been like half empty experiences. So I'm not so sure. And look, everyone could have predicted it, right? Everyone except for people like, apparently touring plans. I don't know. And
yeah. Well, the rich people can't
yeah,
predict it
people that
because
don't have
they're
to worry about money.
like I said, they're sitting in their at their luxury resort in Vail and saying, "I know what the people like." It's like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
I never was one of the people. I don't understand them at all. But they like Star Wars. Look, I have a piece of paper here that says millions of people love Star Wars. Here's the stat. Make it Star Wars. It's like,
Yeah. I
yeah,
do. I really feel bad for the cast members, in that thing. I don't know what's going to happen. I think for the depreciation to work properly, they're probably going to have to keep them on the, keep them on the payroll. But, the problem with this is this thing was a specific market, right? And the funnel for that market was so ridiculous. I mean, think of this, John. First of all, the first thing is Disney fans, because you got to go to Disney. The second thing is Disney Star Wars fans, right? The third thing is Disney Star Wars fans that have enough money to pay for this. The fourth thing is Disney Star Wars fans that want to dress up in costume and play along. Okay. That is a really super, super narrow funnel. How many people match all four of those things? Now, Disney fans, easy. Disney Star Wars fans, about half maybe of Disney fans, maybe less, maybe a quarter, half. You could probably get away with that. But all those other things that you have to follow, like, you have to play along with the story. And how many people just want to go to the parks and be left alone?
I don't like that. I like to observe quietly.
Right.
I don't want to be a part of anything, really.
So, I mean, obviously that's not an experience for you. It's really not an experience for me. I wouldn't want to take the money. I could probably do it, but I wouldn't want to take the money because it would leave a gap in me being able to do other things with my friends or family or whatever. But I mean, it's just such a narrow thing, and how they could not anticipate that it was going to fail is beyond me.
I was going to say, I could have afforded to do it in that I used to take vacations 2 or 3 times a year. Now I don't take vacations for years at a time. So, it still would be outrageously priced, but I'm not taking multiple thousands of dollars vacations per year anymore. So I could do it. If it really meant that much to me, I could have done it. But again, if you would have said, the door, smoke starts coming out and Darth Vader kicks the door in and, you see some real cool stuff, I would have, but I've already seen Rey at the park. I'm like, I've seen Kylo at the park wandering around. I'm like, I see Chewbacca at the park. I'm like,
yeah.
I didn't really see any aliens, just the one that looks like a Halloween mask. It's nice, but looks like a person in a Halloween mask. That's not that difficult to do.
Yeah. I fear that they're going to use this as an excuse as to why, or as an excuse to not have aliens walking around, Batuu, Galaxy's Edge, or not, adding to Galaxy's Edge. If anything, it just means that you failed. Go back to the drawing board and find something people want. What would be really awesome is to take those ideas and make a dining experience, like a hoop-de-doo review with Star Wars. Like, they basically had that, and that was the most popular part of the entire thing, was the captain, the meal with the captain or whatever. We'll dump the captain, do a dinner theater type experience, and I think it would be popular. I mean, look, the hoop-de-doo is like out in the middle of nowhere, and people take boats to it and pay almost $100
connected to the parking lot of Hollywood Studios. You get there, they prefer you take the road, but there's a connection right to it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They could easily do something to recover this a little bit.
Well, they could, but Disney tends to think, unlike Walt, who failed and failed and just kept going. They're like, it
Yeah.
failed, throw it in the garbage. It failed. Everything like this forever will fail. They're just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
They
do.
don't really have the same thought process.
I just think the cruise on land idea was dumb, and especially for that price and all the things involved that we explained. So, they could do something, maybe get some of their money back, but they're not going to do anything until they depreciate. They get that depreciation right off. So,
yeah. Speaking of cruises, I'm taking a cruise in October. It'll be my third cruise ever, and I'm doing it because they don't even make you test for COVID anymore. You just walk right on. So I'm like, that sounds like all right by me. I'm going on a Royal Caribbean. I don't know the name of it, but it's the biggest boat they have right now. They're working on a bigger one, but as of right now, it's the biggest boat. So it's a
very cool.
7-day, I think, Western Caribbean and Mexico cruise, because I want to see some of the pyramids in South America a little bit, or not South America. Technically, Mexico is more central, isn't it?
Yeah.
But still, it's close enough for me. Central American pyramids, that would be cool.
I know a lot of people that have taken Royal Caribbean cruises and have really enjoyed it and had a great time.
I've went on one Disney and one Royal Caribbean. The Royal Caribbean was a much smaller boat, but I did enjoy it more though. The Disney one, I liked it, but it felt like I was in line, like at the parks. I was like,
that's
and
what
then
I've heard.
they had an entire deck for like kids, and I was like, well, my wife and I went. We didn't have any kids, so I was like, well, that deck's not that great for us, and I don't know. I just didn't care for it that much. And we got a great deal on it, though. I'm glad I did it, but I liked it. But the Royal Caribbean one I liked better. And my daughter has done many cruises, and my wife's done a lot more than me, and she likes Royal Caribbean too. So that's the one we're doing. So I'm excited, though. We're going to go for our anniversary in October. So.
Very cool. Sounds like a fun time.
But like I said, we don't vacation for years at a time, so it might cost a few $1,000s to take a cruise, but I haven't been on vacation in a couple of years. So it's, when you look at it like that, it's reasonable. I used to spend a few $3,000 or $4,000 a trip several times a year, and now all of a sudden I don't. So not bad.
Yeah.
So where were we? Epcot. I did want to point out that you notice there's no barges.
I know what's missing. Yeah. Something's gone.
These little things in there. I don't know if they're keeping them or they were like bases that the barges were connected to. I don't know.
But you can see across that lake and look at the clouds. It's almost like angels are singing from beyond the clouds, and rays of all those rays of hope have now been brought to fruition. And our precious and sacred lake is now clear of junk.
Yeah, it was a good, nice to see nothing there. So they have a weird jacket in the gift shop. I think.
Yeah, that's O'Malley. It's Aristocats. O'Malley's Alley Cats. How about that? And my goodness, my daughter and my wife are going to go down there about, I think it's, they'll be down there the 21st of June. I hope that's there, because my daughter she just loves Aristocats.
Yeah, and it was a unique jacket too. Like, it looks heavy, but it feels light. Like it was
like a rain jacket or something.
Yeah,
maybe?
That's what it was, like a rain jacket. Yep, yeah, that's what it felt like. So
very cool.
So yeah, I like that. I don't know why that one stuck out to me. Then from there, we decided to ride. Well, first, I decided to get a chicken and waffle again. And my daughter told me that she got the chicken and waffle and thought it was so gross that she threw it in the garbage.
That's my wife felt that way too. I ate the rest of it. She didn't like
Yeah, she said I couldn't even eat it. I threw it in the garbage. I was like, huh. Well, I liked it so much I kept thinking about it. But here's the weird thing.
What the heck?
Look at that.
What
It's like that's
is that?
butter.
Ice cream? It's
Yeah,
butter.
that's a giant ball of butter, and I ate it, and I probably shouldn't have because I didn't feel real good after eating that much
And
butter.
what is that
And
flour?
I didn't eat that because you're not supposed to eat all those stems and everything. It'd probably die from eating that stuff.
It looks like one of those edible flowers though, so you
Well,
probably could
that's
have at
what they're
least ate
supposed to
that.
put on them, edible
Yeah.
flowers. I didn't eat that though.
The
But
one
anyway,
that I ate was a purple. It was like a purple flower that I ate right with it, but I didn't have that big glob of butter
that's
on there.
the new one.
What is?
The last time I got this, there was nothing on it. This time it was a giant thing of unmelted butter, I guess. And again, I kind of smushed that into the thing and ate it. But, once again, I really liked it. I thought it was great. I would eat it again right now. But
It's so
I don't know why.
interesting that they every day you could you could order the same thing day after day and get something different every day,
Yeah,
like a different presentation or something.
that is not what it ever looks like.
It doesn't look anything like that. I don't even see a waffle in the
Yeah,
picture.
where's the waffle? I don't know. It's somewhere else. And see how there's stuff on the chicken? Like it looks like melted something like that.
I don't
Butter
what.
type stuff. I've never gotten anything on the chicken like that. I don't know.
So again, when I went, it was like the first weekend, and they did have that flour that they had on top, but it was purple, as I recall. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I just don't understand how they're almost getting to be like, remember they used to make fun of like McDonald's and Burger King? You'd see the picture of this big fluffy bun and fresh burger, and then you open it up and people would be like, look at this, it's all smashed and dried up and just didn't look anything like the picture at all. Disney's really starting to get like that because I'll probably get this again soon and see what's it going to look like the third time. I don't know. We'll have to see. Although
I almost think this is plus though this time because you got that big glob of butter. I mean, I'm not saying that's healthy for you or anything, but you got something extra.
My stomach felt weird for a while after that. It's probably like you're not supposed to eat a stick of butter at one time. That would probably make a normal person throw up if they ate that. I can handle a lot of bad food for me, so I ate it. But again, that's pretty crazy. A giant thing of butter. It's like,
Yeah. Wow.
Say, I'm gonna have to get that again soon, but I also want to get my chicken salad again at Connections Cafe.
That's different every time too, right? So.
Yeah, I did mention to my wife too when we walked by the Connections Cafe and the Creation Shop. I asked her opinion. I told her, I said, to me, I walk by this stuff and it feels like old already. It feels like it needs something. They need to refresh this, maybe add some theming or something. Like it just feels like it's lacking. And she just kind of laughed. She was like, "Yeah, that didn't take long, did it?" So. And I still stand by that. It feels old and, I'm no longer interested in it already. It's like, that is not a good thing. Mouse gear was interesting right up till the last day it was there. I was still finding new weird stuff up in the ceiling. And they had Dreamfinder up in there. They had giant cogs with Goofy's head that clicking like a clock and stuff, and a big arm going through the whole store. And it's really hard to follow what was going on in there, but I liked it. And it felt like a cool place. Creation Shop, I walk in every time and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, purses. I just leave. I don't know. It just doesn't feel interesting to me. So, but anyway, we went to Journey into Imagination with Figment. I went live on that just to do it. Then from there, we actually saw a guy. It was a group of a few of them, but he was making Mickey Mouse heads with the water. So that's always nice.
Very cool. That's a cool looking one too.
Yeah, he was really into it. Like he was when he did it, he was concentrating a lot on it. And there was multiple. You can see there, like 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all over the place. So. And it's weird though. There were like 3 of the janitors standing together, watching the one janitor do the thing. I've never seen that before. But so before I left, I had to ride Spaceship Earth. 5-minute wait. By the way, I got Conga on Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I've only gotten it once before, but I have to say, out of all the songs, it's one of my least favorite ones. So still good though. That they're all good.
I think I've been lucky enough at this point to have them all. So,
So yeah, we on the way out we rode Spaceship Earth. One, I don't know why. I always feel bad when I walk past Spaceship Earth and don't go on it at the end of the day. Even if I'm just there for a couple hours, I always think someday I'm going to regret it when they turn it into, the Moana, whatever, like chicken egg, turns into a giant, hey, the brain damaged chicken egg.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, I really wish I would have went on it more. Spaceship Earth. So I do. I love Spaceship Earth. So I went on it. Like I tend to do a lot. So here we could put dancing chickens. It'd be hilarious. Anyway, that's the parks. I could have went another day. If I would have, it probably would have been to Epcot again to get the same stupid waffle and chicken anyway. So.
Well, it would have looked different,
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been the same, at least. It would have been a different experience. So, but yeah, before we get into it, we had a comment. Happy birthday to Izzy YT's brother. So happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, happy birthday. Nice to get a comment once in a while.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go on to quickly go through social media. I'm up to 122,000 on my Disney account. I've been. This is the one where I showed you before that the top of the chart was flat. They unflattened it today, but it's still awfully weird. They're saying I only reached 747,000 people in the last 28 days. Which is really low, but at the same time, I feel like most of my stuff does great. I mean, let's see. Here's a rain reel, 22,451 likes. My Spaceship Earth, 3,328 likes. That's a lot of likes. Like, that's great. Even for me, that's great, This stupid, or this Ratatouille hat. This is the second time I posted this, and I redid it because I was reminded by a YouTube short of how much people like this for some reason. So it's 11,744 people like this thing, and it reached over 100,000. So this is like my best reel in months, and it's an old one from back when Ratatouille opened. I just recycled it. So.
Well, let me give you a little bit of insight onto that, because here's what I found with that particular reel. I saw it on Instagram as soon as I opened my Instagram up, but I also it also came across my Facebook field multiple times. So when you have those you're scrolling on Facebook and you have those side to side reels that show up. That particular video showed up multiple times until I actually clicked on it. Like it was on my page a few times. I was scrolling.
Like for some reason, Instagram likes that one.
I'm not sure why, but that particular one did. Yeah, I saw it everywhere.
I'm looking at the breakdown of it, and 168,000 views. 35,000 of them were followers. 132,000 were non-followers. That's extremely rare for me because for the longest time, I was getting almost nobody outside my followers. So again, it falls into these weird little glitches, you know. But I was gonna say though, in general though, my reach is at a super low point for Instagram for my Disney account, and yet, like, here's the Space Mountain, 4,300 likes. It's like I can't complain. Even Kite Tails, 1,500 likes. The Muppets, 1,700 likes. The Bouncing Water, 3,400 likes. That's a lot. And, you know, for me, I have 122,000 followers. It's still really hard to get thousands of likes, you know? Like, if I get 1,000, I consider it successful. And getting 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, that's pretty great. That I think that means I have a certain group of people that really like my stuff and consistently get fed, and that small group is growing. The more they like stuff, the more they're gonna like. If you like my stuff a lot, it's gonna keep showing in my stuff, and I think I'm growing that part of people that already follow me. So, and again, I'm slowly growing. I don't remember when, but I'm probably up another 1,000 since last time we talked about it. At least I was at 121 something. Now I'm 122 something. So anyway, it's the worst my account's ever been doing, but the best it's ever been doing. So
yeah, and it's organic. It's that organic growth that you really love to
I'm
talk
happy.
about. Yeah.
And I wanted to say my universal is, let's see, no, that's my universal 3.6 million in the last 30 days. I think my multi-million views of Dudley going down the hill must be drying up, because I was at over 5 million since December every month, and all of a sudden it's going down, but I'm still doing all right. But it's definitely, you know, going down. I'm still growing. I'm at 131,000. You know, I'm up a couple thousand on this, and I get, this is a more drastic swing though. Like, you know, I get 1,200 likes, 2,000 likes, 3,500 likes. I feel like I've been doing better with my Disney one lately with likes. You know, like I got 11,000 on this one, which is the one I showed you earlier, where I asked about the overhead lights, and that's good. But I haven't been getting a lot like that. Like it's steady, but nothing really big, you know. So I don't know. I'm this one's bigger and a bigger reach, but more solid consistency and likes on my Disney. So, and my TikTok slowed down a little bit, but it's still good though. My newest successful one, 286,000 for the Hulk video.
Wow.
That's pretty good for that. And I wanted to show I am in the beta program for the creativity bonus. It looks like since around the beginning of May somewhere, but not maybe the second week of May it started. And I'm up to $269. So compared to my $8 or whatever I made from Instagram, I'm happy. They're doing something. So interesting.
Yeah, that's
Again,
pretty
it's
good.
a beta program, but the fact that I'm involved in it is pretty cool. So I'm happy about it. So, and that is about it for social media.
All right. Well, it looks like you had a little bit of ups and downs, but mostly up this week. So
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
It's steady. I was trying a little bit harder this week. So for a while there, I was little bit of a I don't care mode. So
Well,
I'm
a
trying.
$250,000 on that Hulk coaster is really amazing.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. And there was a couple others that are. Look at that. They added a thing over top of my video for Hagrid's. The actions in this video are performed by professionals or supervised. Do not attempt. What action is happening?
What? What? Okay.
Yeah, that TikTok does get weird with stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they'll let me watch that now. Oh,
Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna have to look into that because that might be why that one stopped growing. They might have
Maybe
said, "Oh,
somebody reported it for some reason, or
yeah, what action is going on that is a professional? There's people riding a roller coaster that happens every day. And this is one of the most commonly, you can carry your phone right on this one too. There's no anything.
yeah, there's no policies that I filmed on this one as well. I mean, there's nothing that says you can't.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. I'm gonna have to look into that and see.
I mean, the thing is with Universal, if it's going to go over top of crowds or potentially risk, somebody in the park because of that, that's why they don't have you, that's why you're not allowed to film. The other ones, for the most part, they really don't. I mean, sometimes they do, but not all the time.
That's why I said that these people are like, how did you sneak your phone on the Hawk? And I think I wouldn't do that anyway. If something fell off my phone and I dropped it and hurt somebody, that would be terrible. I'm not going to bring something on that would hurt somebody if it flew out of my hand. The thing that I use is so light that it wouldn't hurt anybody, or the sunglasses too that have the built-in camera.
Yeah.
They're just gonna float right down there, it's not gonna, no one's getting killed from that. And again, I understand the reason for metal detectors, and I don't try to beat them. I don't recommend anyone try to beat them because anything goes wrong, it'll be the last time. So
yeah.
And again, if somebody ever looks at like my watch and says, you can't bring that on, I'm just going to say, all right, and turn around. I won't bring it on then. But so far they haven't. They look right at it and say, put your hand over it when you walk through. And I do. And that's it. It's like, good. No hiding it.
Oh, there you go. And it's not like some of these people, big trend recently is, testing policies and things like that from some of these TikTokers and YouTubers where like they'll do stupid stuff like try and stay in the bathroom after park closing and stuff. That's not the type of thing that you're talking here. So it's not like you were reported or you were banned or you would be banned. It's just a thing where they tell you can't bring that in here. That's it. And
actually, these other videos are much more like here's Velocicoaster. I'd say don't attempt this one unless you have the right equipment.
Yeah,
this is one that I could see putting a thing on there more saying don't try to do this and meaning record it, not do what's in the video. But yeah, I don't understand why that's on there.
That's confusing to me.
Normally I wouldn't care, but I'm in the bonus program now, and that's part of the bonus that I'm getting. So I don't like that it's getting, unless that makes people want to watch it more. Maybe I let it go, right?
Maybe. See what happens.
That, you'd be like, what the heck is in that video?
Yeah, right.
What's going on in there?
That's true.
Someone jump out. Let's watch it.
What's going on here?
Yeah, that might do even better.
Yeah.
The actions are only done by professionals, so that's even better.
Wow. All right, John, where can they find you online? Find your adventures where you are professionally performing stunts on these roller coasters and Disney rides.
Video, so it is professional, technically, right?
There you go. Yeah.
You can find me at SeeWDW on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and CUO on Instagram and Facebook.
All right. And you can find me at The Giant Rat, THEE Giant Rat, on most socials. And that should do it for this one. We'll see you on the next one.